Okay, guys, come on over here. Get in your seats. Make sure you've got something to write on and something to write with. That's important. We'll go out there, and what we're going to do is I'm going to set up an airport diagram, and I'm going to show you what the airport looks like.
That one right? That pen right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who's your pencil?
I think I left it in my pocket from yesterday. English or whatever I was wearing.
Okay. What we have here, this is the instrument approach procedure to the instrument landing system at Pensacola International Airport on runway 17. That's what this is all about. And this right here, this is a diagram of the airport. And this is up to date. We were practicing this yesterday morning, right here. So this is runway 17, this is runway 35, 8, and 26. That's the way they work. The way we talk about airports is everything is relative to the airport. What does relative mean? You know what relative means? What's relative? Are you going to rob me? Okay.
You went gangster on me.
What does relative mean?
Up to date with.
No. Is your sister a relative?
Oh, connected with.
Correct. You buy that? Is your mom a relative? So, okay, something relative to that airport. That means that everything we do is going to be oriented. What does oriented mean? Do you have any idea what oriented means? What does oriented mean? Connected? Kinda, yeah. But oriented means if this building is oriented north to south, that means that the building is, the long axis of the building is north to south. So it's oriented north to south. Like most of the roads in a city or a town are oriented north to south, east to west. Does that make sense? When you're driving down a road, generally speaking, you're either going north or south, east or west. How do we know? We have an instrument available to us. You may have it on your phone. Do you have a compass on your phone? You have a compass? Do you have a compass on your phone? Really? How about you? Okay. Have you got your phone with you? Do you have yours? Pull it up. sense? Understand it? Got it? All right. Good stuff. Okay, now, do you know what these tick marks mean? What is each of those tick marks? What does that mean? Each of these tick marks. What information does that give you?
30 degrees.
Huh?
30 degrees.
Degrees. Okay, what's a degree? What does degrees mean? Yes, it's an angle, it's a measurement of angle, is what it is. Like a straight line we measure in feet and inches and miles and that kind of stuff. A circle we measure in degrees. Now if you're measuring a circle, it's going to go all the way around till it meets itself. You buy that? Okay. How far and how many degrees does it go around before it meets itself?
360.
Okay, son, you're going to have to speak up.
360.
360 degrees, that's correct. Do you buy that? That makes sense? How about you? 360 degrees. So, we divide that up into 4 quadrants. What is a quadrant? A quadrant is 1/4 or 25% of something. In our example of degrees, a quadrant is 1/4 of the circle. So we've got 1 quadrant, we got 1 quadrant. We're dividing this thing up. See here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a quadrant. Now we're going to name these quadrants. We start with north. Right here is north, N, north. So the northeast quadrant is everything in here. Make sense? You buy that? Well, if the northeast quadrant is everything in here, where's the southeast quadrant?
In south.
In between what?
Of east and south.
Boy. So, right here to here, that's the southeast quadrant. Does that make sense? Sit up, you make my back sore. That's the southeast quadrant. Okay? What is this, Brandon? What's this quadrant right here?
Northwest.
Northwest quadrant. Yes. Okay. We also call these northeast, south, and west cardinal headings. A cardinal heading. That's a word that's a name that we give these because we use them so much. Those are cardinal headings. It's just a name we give it. Cardinal. Cardinal heading, like a red bird. These are cardinal headings. If you're going to talk to someone about an airport, this is Pensacola Airport. Here's the airport diagram. Can you see what that says right there? Let's get out of the way, you probably could. Okay. Every map has a north designator on it to get you oriented. So, in order to orient to a map, you need to know which way the map is saying is north. Okay? Make sense? Alright. So this right here is this arrow, it's a half arrow, means north. Now, we've got basically two norths. We've got true north and we've got magnetic north. I'm not going to get into that because it's stuff that I'd like to teach you and I can teach you, but it's going to take some time. I don't want to waste your time with that because you want to get back there on that thing to play. And that's why you're here, to play and have fun. So, this is oriented to the north. So that means that this is north. If this is north, this way. Which way is south?
The opposite direction.
Boy, the opposite. Okay. Which way is west? Girl, got it. West. All right. Runways are marked by the compass. The magnetic heading of a runway is the name of the runway. To within 10 degrees. 5 degrees either side. So, if we've got runway 18, we drop the 0 and make 180. That means it's on a heading of what?
North.
Yeah. No, not north. It's 180. Is that north or south? Okay, I may have gotten ahead of myself a little bit. If 18, there's 360 of these degrees. What's half of it? What's half of it? 360. 180. So, if I come around here clockwise, 180 degrees, that's south, right? So that's 180. Got that? And rather than publish the 0 in all of the information and the communication that we have, we just drop that 0. So we say runway 18. So runway 18 points in what direction?
South.
180. Yes. So if I tell you, point to runway 18, where are you going to point?
South.
All right, go up there and show me.
So 1.
Attaboy. So that means 18. Okay, good job. Sit down. So if this is north, 360 degrees or 0 degrees, however you want to say it, and we go around here 1/4 of 360, which is what?
East.
East, or what's the number? 90. So what you do is you should 1/4 equals 25%, or 1/4 of 100 of 360, which is 90. 90 will go into 360 4 times. You buy that? 4 times 360 is 90. So from here to here is 90 degrees, from here to here is 90 degrees, and from here to here is 90 degrees. So from here, all the way around here is 3 times 90, which is what?
270.
And a girl, 270, you can talk. Wow, you're pretty good. 270 degrees. So, what we say to eliminate confusion with how numbers can be confused is we will say 270. Not O, 270. O is what you say when you hit your finger with a hammer. That's O. 0 is a number. So, 190, 90 for 180, another 90 for 270. 270. So this is 270. So that's the 270 degree. Now we're going to give that thing a name. All of these things have names. We're going to call that a radian or a head. Either one. 270 degree head. So if I say to you, turn right to 270, you know which way to turn. You buy that? Okay, get your compass in your hand and stand up. Come on, get your compass in your hand and stand up. What are you sleeping? Cool. Here you go. All right, just stand right where you are. Hold your compass right here on your belly and turn to its pointing north. Now, we're going to have a problem inside this building because there are magnetic fields that are going to affect that compass. So it's not going to be exactly like it will be when we get outside. We're going outside here in a minute. So, take the forefinger of your right hand and point north. Atta girl. Good job. Good job. Okay. Keep your finger out there. Turn left to 270 degrees. Your other left.
Left.
Turn your feet. You got 270. Point to 270. Okay. Turn right to 090. Good. Turn left to 045. Okay? Now, if you add 200 to 045, what do you get?
245.
245. Subtract 20 from that, what do you get? 225. Turn right to 225. That's going to put you on the reciprocal of 045. Reciprocal, that means the back heading. Make sense? Reciprocal. Or, now, I want you to make a 90-degree left turn. First off, what would that be? You're on a heading of what? 225? What's your heading? You're on a heading of 225. Okay, I want you to turn 90 degrees to the left. So what's that going to be? Subtract 90 from 225. Subtract 90 from 225. What do you get? Yeah, how about that? So turn left to 135. That makes sense? Okay. Go ahead and sit down. And now, all airports Okay. Can you see this? Talk to me, folks. Don't just sit there. Can you see it? That's a simple question. Either you can or you can't. Okay. Now, here's your runway. Looks like a runway down by that. Okay. We have a traffic pattern. We call it the pattern. There's a specific procedure for this pattern. Everybody in aviation, regardless of who they are, understands this procedure, and you must abide by it. Abide. You know what abide means? Do what it says. Follow the procedure. Okay. Now, everything is oriented from the runway. But the runway's got two ends. Okay? We got one here and one here. Which one we're going to use? The one we choose to use is called the active runway. It's active. So if I say to you at Pensacola Aviation, or at Pensacola International Airport, runway 26 is the active. What does that tell you? Yes, it's landing on 26. Everybody's landing and taking off on 26. You got that. Good job. Okay. What designates that? Generally speaking, the wind conditions. If the winds are out of the west or the southwest quadrant, you're going to be landing on 26. The stronger the winds, the more it pushes for that specific runway. If the winds were out of the east and you landed on 26, you would have a tailwind on landing. You would be actually flying through the air at one speed, but you're traveling across the ground at another speed. That's another subject that I hope we have time to get into, but we may not. But anyway, we're going to address that. Okay. Now, so, like Pensacola has got runway 17 and 35. If Pensacola's taken off on runway 17 and Sherman Field is taken off on runway 7, and 7. What's the problem?
We're gonna hit each other.
You get people getting each other's way. So, when there is conflicting traffic, what does conflicting mean? What's conflicting? If something is conflicting. If you two go down to get ice cream, and she wants chocolate and you want vanilla, that's a conflict. And I'll guarantee you who's going to win. But whatever. That it's conflicting. That means things disagree. Okay? So, at some airports, you may not be governed exactly by the wind how you're going to land. But generally speaking, yes. So for our purposes here, we're going to use the wind direction to dictate the active runway. All right. So we have what we call, and those of you that have been in the sim have gotten the ATIS. Did you get the ATIS? ATIS gives you the traffic and the automated traffic information system. Over the radio, they tell you the winds are 270 at 3 or something. Okay. There's a repetitious transmission on a discrete frequency that gives you the weather information. And they will tell you, and the tower will say, okay, we're going to designate 27 as the active. And they'll tell you what the active is. And that tells you that. So everything about that airport hinges around, at that point in time, 27 being the active. Or 26, I'm sorry. I screwed that up, didn't I? Oh well. So, 26 is the active. That means that any of you into boats, you go fishing, you do boats. You guys do boats? Do you get in a river? Do you know anything about swift running water? Or is that something that's familiar to you?
No, sir.
How about you? Okay, I won't use that as an analogy. An analogy is a comparison. Okay. This right here is runway 26, coming this way. All right? If this is runway 26, we're taking off into the wind. The reason we take off into the wind is we can combine our forward speed on the ground with the wind velocity to give us more airflow across the wing. Why do we need airflow across the wing? Why? Aerodynamics. To what? Give me something better than that. You're right, but keep going. You're on the right track.
It's a flop.
Yeah, to create lift, to fly. We talked about that yesterday. So we need to get enough air flowing across that wing to create enough lift to get us off the ground. Well, if we've got 5 to 6 miles an hour of wind blowing, and we are actually moving down the runway at 10 miles an hour, the air flowing across the wing is 15 to 16 miles an hour. Does that make sense? Talk to me. Does it? Why? Why does it make sense?
Come on.
Say something. Just try it. Nobody's going to laugh at you. Just try it. If it's like a treadmill. You go to a gym, you know what a treadmill is? If you sit on a treadmill and you turn it to a certain number and you're sitting there going, oh wait, are you moving? Are you going anywhere? No. But you are relative to that treadmill. Relative. You know what I mean? So if the treadmill thinks you're going so many miles or so many feet, same thing with the wind. If the wind's blowing across you, if the airplane's just sitting there on the takeoff end of the runway, and the wind's blowing across that wing at 7 miles an hour, you got 7 miles an hour of lift. And it's not even moving. Okay? You with me? Make sense? Now, you move the airplane at 50 miles an hour. How fast through the air is that airplane moving?
57?
57, he says. Do you buy that? Why? Got it! Right on. Oh, you get a chicken. Okay. All right. Now, so we want to take off into the wind. We're going to call this portion of the pattern, the landing pattern, upwind. Upwind. All right? Right here. We're going to call, okay, can you see the direction this airplane's going in here? Well, obviously I couldn't, so I got it backwards. I screwed that up. All right. So they're using, if this is 2.6, what's that? What's the reciprocal of 2.6? Add 200 to 2.6. What do you get?
226.
If you add 200 to 260,
Oh, 160.
okay, that ain't gonna work, so you gotta subtract 200 from 260. What do you get?
202.
If you subtract 200 from 260, what do you get? 60. Add 20. That's the head. That's how you figure reciprocal. Add 200, subtract 20. Or subtract 200, add 20. That'll give you 180. Now, I'm not smart enough to just subtract 180 from any number in the world. I can't do that. So I add 200 and subtract 20. Or subtract 200 and add 20. And get that going. So, this leg, this right here, this, we're taking off that way. We're taking off on 8. And the winds, now I screwed up and I told you 2-6, so the winds, that we just changed the weather. Weather's changed. Now, the winds are 080 at 7 miles an hour. So we're going to take, what's the active runway?
26.
No, I changed it. I screwed you up now. I changed it to 8. So the winds are favoring runway 8. 8 is the active. So we're taking off on a 080 degree head. That's what we're taking off on. So that's the upwind leg. If we're going into the wind, that's the upwind leg. The first leg after takeoff, we get about 500 feet or better, depending on the runway and the airport and all that. We do a 90-degree left turn, 90-degree left turn, and we call that the crosswind leg. Then we go out here a reasonable distance, and we turn. If this is upwind, what is the opposite of upwind? Downwind. So this is the downwind leg. Right here. Make sense? Okay. We come over here, and when we get directly across from the point of touchdown, when the point of touchdown is 90 degrees off of our left wing, we start our landing procedure. We reduce power to somewhere in the neighborhood of, on a 172, we're going to bring it back to about 1600 RPM. Rounds per minute, revolutions per minute, one or the other, that's the prop going around. And we're going to get a speed of 80 miles an hour. On these airplanes, it'll be 80 knots. So we get 80 knots. We trim for 80 knots. We hold 80 knots until we get to a point where our line of sight from the airplane forms 45 degrees between the wing and the fuselage to the touchdown point. When that happens, we turn base leg. Also out here, we put in 1 notch of flaps. We turn base leg. Once we're on base leg, we put in another notch of flaps, and we're doing 80 miles an hour. Okay? We hold 80 miles an hour. We get about to where we can line up with the center line of the runway, extended center line. We're doing 80 miles an hour. We turn final approach, and we're going down the center line of the runway. We start showing our speed. We put in the second notch of flaps, and we get ready to land. When the runway is assured, we put in all of the flaps, and we hold 70 miles an hour. We may want to hold 65. It depends on the airplane and the runway and the wind conditions and the phase of the moon and your mother's birthday and all that. But whatever. There we go. So, what leg is this? What's the name of that part of the pattern? Upwind. The pattern. The runway is 8, yes. The runway is 8, but if I'm talking to pattern, it's runway 8, or it's upwind. That's the upwind leg. We turn to the left 90 degrees. What's the name of that leg?
Downwind,
No, this one over here.
sidewind, upwind,
Crosswind. Crosswind. Now this one is what?
upwind.
This-
I mean downwind.
Downwind. And this one?
Upwind, sidewind, crosswind.
How about fine? How about this one here, the base leg? So if this is base leg, what's this?
Upwind,
This is fine. Once you get to the runway and you're going this way, then the name changes to upwind. So right here, we're on the upwind leg. That way, when you say over the airport, you're landing in an airport, and you want some guy coming in that's going to land to know where you are exactly. Kodiak 63 Hotel Charlie, entering left downwind to runway 18 on the 45. Roger. Kodiak 63 Hotel Charlie, turning left base for runway 8 at Pensacola. Roger. Everybody knows where you are. So, it's very important that you understand the terminology and the location, because you have to transmit that to everybody. If there's no radio, if there's no controller or anything, if we go to Atmore, we're up at Atmore, they got 18 and 36 at Atmore. You enter the left downwind, and you always enter the downwind on the 45. Here's the 45 degree. Here's the heading. Come in and enter on the 45 at midfield. So you enter midfield downwind on a 45 degree angle at pattern altitude. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet above the ground. How high is the ground at Atmore? 320 feet. Atmore is 320 feet, so that means at 1,300 feet on the altimeter is where you're going to be in the pattern. Everybody knows that. Everybody's going to do that. If some yahoo comes in there and enters the pattern the wrong way, and he's not talking on the radio, and he doesn't understand what's going on, that creates confusion. What happens when you get confused? Bad things. Bad things happen. So, follow the procedure. Everything goes around the pattern. The pattern is based on the runway heading. And one piece of concrete or one piece of asphalt has 2 ends. So how many runways does one piece of asphalt have?
2.
2. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, that is the recommended VFR, visual flight rules. That is the recommended VFR landing pattern. However, if you go to Chumuckla, it has a grass strip, and there's a big church. You ever heard of Chumuckla? You know where Chumuckla is? Chumuckla's a place. It's a real place up the road here. And they've got a grass strip up there. A buddy of mine owns J22. Chip Maples. You go up there, and they got a church right over here. The people in the church don't want you flying over to the airport. So, this is left traffic. That's standard. Non-standard VFR traffic pattern is right traffic. So if I do a right downwind entry and go in like that, it's all the same place, it's all the same thing, it's a different procedure, but you keep people separated. You don't want metal to get together, two pieces of metal get together in the air. That's a no-no. That doesn't work. Oh my gosh, I talked a lot. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break. You want to do food or
Well, that's not time yet, we got.
Okay.
Yeah.
let's take a break, wander around a little bit, go outside, move around, get the blood flowing, get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, whatever you have to do. And let's take about, I've got 4 minutes to 12. Let's be back in here at about 10 after 12. And what I want to do is I want to go outside. I got a runway set up out there, and we're going to go out there and we're going to fly the traffic pattern. Yeah, okay? Any questions? Everybody understand? What's relative mean? Good girl. If I tell you runway 18 is the active, and I want you to enter left traffic for runway 18, what's going to be your heading? You enter on the downwind, right? So the downwind leg is going to be the opposite of the upwind leg. So if 18 is active, that's the upwind leg, 18. So if you're going to enter on the opposite of 18, you're going to enter on what? 360. You're going to enter on 36. We'll drop to 0. So your heading should be 360. You come up on the airport, it's off to your left. You go through your procedure, you bring the power back 15, 13 on the prop, maintain altitude till you get 80 knots, 1 notch flaps, go out to the straight, get out till you got a 45-degree angle, turn which leg? What's the leg before final? Base leg. You turn left base to 180. That's where everybody knows where you are. You get straight down on left base to 180, you add another notch of flaps, you check that speed, make sure. Now you want to reduce your speed to 75. You do that by raising the nose. You don't touch the power. The power is set at 15 to 13. Okay. You enter the upwind, you turn the base, what's your next leg? You know too much. What's your next leg? Attaboy, final approach. On final, you get settled in on final, you got 2 more notches of flaps to go. You don't add the last notch of flaps until the runway is made with no power. Okay? Because that way, if you have to go around, you can go around. An old 172 has got 40 degrees of flaps. You try to get that thing off the ground with 40 degrees of flaps from 60 knots or somewhere like that, and it's a handful. So, that's where we're going. Any questions? All right, go somewhere, do something, be back in here in 10 minutes. Get your compass. If you want to make a pit stop, do that. Get your compass and your notepad because you're going to have to take notes. You're going to write this stuff down. And
May I get a cup of water?
sir?
May I get a cup of water?
Absolutely, man. Do your thing. You want to take it out there with you? Go ahead. It's up to you. I think there's some ice in there too.
Oh, yeah.
You got your pencil, you got your notebook, you got your compass, you want to use mine? Okay. All right, let's go out here and do our plan. What is the heading of this runway right here? Huh? What do you think? How about you? All right, so this is runway 18. You buy that? If this is 18 this way, what is it that way? All right. Good for you. What is it? Or what's the number? 3-6. We use 3-6 because 0 can be confusing. So good plan, but yeah, we use 3-6. You buy that? So we got 18 and 3-6. Okay, come over here. All right. Turn around and look that way. All right. You pick up the ATIS. You go to frequency 121.25. Dial it up, and you hear. This is Pensacola International Airport. The 1653 Zulu, information X-ray, winds are 160 at 11 knots or 11 miles an hour. Temperature is 30 degrees centigrade, and the humidity is, or the dew point is 42, or I'm sorry, 12, and the ceiling is unlimited. Runway 18 is the active, and they tell you that. So, what does that tell you? The winds are blowing basically off of your left front on 18. I don't think it'll correspond with our scenario. It may, but okay, what do we think? Okay, all right. So we're using 18. We know that. We're here. There's 18 going that way. We want to, I hate to screw up the orientation, but we're going to go over there in a minute. So what we're going to do is we've got to enter the pattern on a 45-degree angle on the downwind to 18. So if that's 18, what's the downwind to 18? What's our heading? 3-6. Okay. And the tower we call the tower, we contact the tower, says Pensacola Towers, Kodiak 63 Hotel Charlie, we have information, X-ray, inbound for landing. So Roger, enter right downwind for 3-6. I mean, enter right downwind for 18. Our heading is going to be 3-6 to get there. The downwind will be, downwind heading will be 3-6. Okay, so if we're going to enter a right downwind, which side is the runway on when we parallel it? It'll be on our right side. So that means what we've got to do is come over here. So come on. This is midfield. All right, we turn towards the runway. get here. Now, we're at a 45-degree angle to the runway. Will you buy that?
Yes.
Okay. So we take a turn and we parallel the runway. Parallel, you know what that means? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know what that means? Okay. So we parallel the runway on the downwind heading, which is, if that's 1/8, this has got to be 3/6. So we are on what leg of the pattern? Right here, headed that way. We're on the downwind leg. Right or left? Right downwind. Okay. All right, let's fly the downwind leg. Come on. Looking at the runway. Okay. We're going to touch down in the first 1/3 of the runway. If we are not on the ground in the first 1/3 of the runway, go around. Okay? So we're going to touch down somewhere in there. Okay. We get right here, we bring the power back to 1500 RPM. Trim the nose until we get 70 knots. No, I'm sorry, 80 knots. We're in a 172. We get 80 knots in a 172. You got it? We put in 1 notch of flaps. Right here. We're trimming, coming on around. Here's the fuselage, here's the wing, 45 degrees, start our base legs. We do 90-degree turn. Right here, we put in a 2nd notch of flaps, and we maintain our 80 or 75, somewhere in there, 75 knots. Come in over here, 2nd notch of flaps, turn final approach. Pointing down there. What's our heading at this point? By that? All right, we're heading 180. That's our heading. What's our speed? Speed ought to be 75, 70, somewhere in that area. Okay? What's our RPM setting? Quit. What's our RPM setting? 1500 on the RPM. Alright? We may have to add or reduce a little bit of power, but we decrease and increase the speed by nose attitude. If we raise the nose or add back pressure, that makes us go slower. If we lower the nose or reduce back pressure, that makes us go faster. Does that make sense? Okay, here we go. Coming in here. We got the runway made. We know we're going to land on the runway. All the power off. Everything. All the power off. Last notch of flaps. That's going to create a huge amount of drag. The drag is going to slow us down. It's going to create lift, but it's going to slow us down. So what we're going to have to do is ease that nose forward a little bit to maintain our speed of 70 knots. So we want to cross the fence. We're calling this the fence. We're going to cross the fence at 70 knots. All right? Here we go. Cross the fence at 70 knots. If we're too fast, what do? Gently add a little back pressure. That'll raise the nose a little bit, that'll cause us to float a little further down, but it'll slow us down. We get down real close to the runway, we don't want the nose wheel to touch down first. We want the main gear to touch down first. So that means we got to raise the nose. Well, what happens when you raise the nose is you change the angle of attack. When you change the angle of attack, it will cause you to climb if you've got enough speed to climb. So in the landing phase, don't be too fast. Because when you raise the nose, to prevent the nose gear from touching down first, the airplane's going to climb. So you got to keep the speed slow enough where it will allow the main gear to touch down first, and you don't climb, and you gently try to keep that airplane from landing, and you keep adding that back pressure, add the back pressure, and it'll touch down on the main wheel. That's the objective of the exercise. So, you touch down, and you're going down the runway. Does that make sense? Any sense at all? You understand that? Okay.
Same thing we've been telling you guys. As you say, main gear is what you want to touch first. Right? Not that nose wheel. Get that nose wheel, you probably, just gonna tell you, you probably gonna be bouncing all over the place, and that's not gonna be good.
When you start what we call a porpoise, so that's done. The objective is to get the speed where when you raise the nose, it doesn't climb abruptly. What does abruptly mean? Abruptly. What's abruptly mean? Huh? Fast or quickly. Yes. You don't want that it to get back in the air. If it gets too high and then it touches, then it drops out of the sky, you can strike the tail or you can have some problem. So you want to be close to the ground and be going slow enough to allow it to touch down on the mains. If you're going too fast, as you raise the nose to get the nose gear off the ground, the airplane's going to climb. So stop raising at that moment. Hold what you got, let it settle a little bit, and then raise it some, and the speed will bleed off. But you've got full flaps. Do you have enough runway left to go around? Probably not. So speed, speed, speed is the answer. Get the exact speed. Come across that fence in the neighborhood of 70 knots.
We can try to do it on a piece of paper or a blackboard. Doesn't work.
Can you guys just cool off, take your break?
Okay, guys. You can go on the internet, FAA.gov, and download that right there. FAA Handbook.
You guys see that the handbook he's got up there? You go to FAA.gov and download that. That'll teach you a lot of stuff about, that's probably the best thing he's ever told me about.
It's free.
It's free.
This is a flight that I made the other day. This is Pensacola Regional. 26 was the active. When we first took off, we went over here to the run up here, we did the run up, taxied out to 26. We took off on 26. We did right traffic. Did a full stop landing on 26. came back around, did another landing on 2-6. It's 2 full stop landings.
Was that a real flight or a simulator?
That's real, that's what we did. We flew that in the airport.
Mr. Skip, would you, I don't know if it might be relevant for him, could you explain the what's called the option to him?
Option is you have several choices. An option is a choice. What, you know what a choice is. What is your option for dinner? What is your option for supper tonight? Are you going to eat hot dogs or are you going to eat steak? What are your options? That is an option. You have a choice of 3 landings. You can do a touch and go. You can do a full stop, or you can do a stop and go. 3 choices, 3 options. If you're in a traffic pattern and the tower is not busy and you're on base leg, or you're out here on left downwind, and you call and say, okay, Cessna 4632, we're on left downwind for 26. Say, Roger, 2632, you're cleared for the option. That means you can do one of those 3. You can do either the full stop, or the touch and go, or the stop and go. Either one of them. That's up to you. However, if he's got other traffic out there, and he wants you to get on the ground and get out of the way, he can say, Cessna 3254, you're cleared for touch and go. That means you touch down and then go. If he says you're cleared to land, that means get on the ground, stop, and get out of the way. Or if you're cleared for a stop and go. We have to do a stop and go to maintain currency. So we can land, stop, get completely stopped, and then take off again. So you have an option of those 3. Which one do you want? Okay. Cool. I'm gonna get some pizza. You all gonna get some?
All right, guys, chow time.
Okay. This is what's known as the Aircraft Information Manual, or the Pilot's Operating Handbook for the airplane that I fly. This is the Kodiak 100, November 6-3 Hotel Charter. This is the book. We have to learn this book. This one right here. Take a look at it. This is section 2, limitations. Section 7, airplane systems and description. Section 3, emergency procedures.
In other words, dummies don't fly airplanes.
We have to learn this stuff. This is the airspeed for emergency procedures. This is the emergency procedure checklist, handout. These are things that we have to learn to do this. So, and that book right there is 606 pages. 606. That's a lot of pages. Okay, I'm going to leave some of these with you. Leave them laying around here. If you want to take a look at them, please do so. And see what they're all about. You might be interested in that.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Just take a look at them there. I need them back.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna take it with me. Yes, sir.
Okay, now, We're gonna get started with the simulators, and all of that gets you some hands-on stuff and all of that. If you're not tied up in something there, take a look at these books. Just poke around with them a little bit, and you'll see some procedures in there. If you see anything on the checklist, and primarily the emergency checklist, that's in bold print, if it's bold, it's a memory item. We have to memorize that item. So, if I have an engine fire in flight, is power lever flight out, prop control feather, fuel condition lever cut off, firewall shut off valve off, firewall air shut off, generator off, alternator off, call for the checklist. Get the checklist. Checklist says aux bus switch off, airspeed as required, overhead vents open, main flaps, set appropriately, engine out, emergency landing. And that's a checklist. That's what you have to do. We have to memorize that stuff. And you have to be able to spit it out. We go to school every 6 months to work with this. I teach it to my clients, and in fact I had a class this morning, one of them, and yesterday. So these are the things that this is what makes it work. Yes, sir.
So, do you have a co-pilot on your planes?
Not always. But I'm going to tell you something, and I know what I'm talking about. 2 pilots in the airplane is a whole lot better than 1. You've got 2 sets of eyes to look around. When you get into a frightening situation, when you become frightened, you have a tendency to make bad decisions. So the decision-making process, when the adrenaline is flowing, has to be controlled and it has to be taught. There's a little thing in the back of your head called amygdala. The amygdala puts a flight or fright impulse in your brain, and it's saying run or fight. It's fight or fight. And once you get into that mode, it's hard to get yourself out of it. So handling emergency situations is hard. It's very hard. It requires a lot of practice. A lot of practice. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Okay, let's do the Sims. Yes, sir.
What does it mean by ditching?
Huh?
What does it mean by ditching?
Ditching is to put it in the water. We go to the Bahamas a lot. I spend a lot of time flying over water. If something goes wrong and I have to land the airplane in the water, that's the ditching procedure. That's how you do it. My advice to you, don't screw it up. Anything else?
All right. You ready?
Okay, you're gonna have to take off again after this one, 'cause I didn't get you off recorded.
Okay.
How's she doing?
It's good, good. She got a death grip on that yoke.
Oh, yeah, you gotta relax there,
That's perfect right there, man. See how level you are right there? See the instrument right there? It's nice and level. That's what you want. Okay, we're gonna try a turn to the left again. Ease it over and pull back at the same time. Let's turn it. Let's turn it, turn it, turn it. Don't pull up, don't pull up, don't pull up. Till you start to turn. Turn, turn. Pull up a little bit. Hold it right there. There you go. Turn it back to the right, just a little bit to the right. A little bit to the right, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the right. show you what happens when you go over too much. Watch what she says. Come over.
Warning.
Yeah, she go warning. That means your roll angle is too high.
Roll angle too
You're rolling
high.
too much. You got the airplane like way over like
Roll
this.
angle too high.
Okay. So you see when it flies up like that. When it starts to rise like that real fast, just push in real slow. Okay, there's your runway right there. You're gonna go back out toward the water. Okay, go straight level. Back to your right, straight level. Back to your right, back to your right. Push down a little bit, down, 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 down a little bit. There you go, straight level, straighten it out. There you go. Very good, very good. There you go. There you go. You got this, girl. Okay, you got this.
Warning.
Get that nose up a little bit.
Maximum cruise speed reached. Warning. Maximum cruise speed reached.
That's perfect right there.
Maximum cruise speed
Straight
reached.
level. Just crank it to the right, just a tiny bit to the right, just a tiny bit to the right, to the right. Bring your nose up. Watch that dip. Watch that nose. It's start falling. You want to keep the top of this as close to this as you see this dark blue is kind of like that. You want to keep the top of this even with that if you can. So bring it back, bring it up back just a little bit, and let it float up there. That's how you do it, just nice and easy, just like that, okay? Back to your right, just a little bit. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop, stop going up, stop going up, stop going up, stop going up. No, no, no. Don't push like that, just ease it down. Okay, let go for a minute. Shoot, shoot. Okay, now when you're flying, listen, you can't let it turn your legs and get in the way. It's too hard for you to do this. Okay, bring it right back there, and you get ready right there, you stop. Okay, then you just see how you ease it up, just let it ease yourself up. You got plenty of time, it ain't gonna crash. You just kind of hold it right there like that, see how I got it? Just hold it like that, okay? It's pretty much trim, it fly itself, really. Okay, let's do a right turn. You come to the right, as you come to the right, pull back just a little bit. Turn it to the right. Turn it to the right. Just let it go. Let it go. Okay. Okay, stop turning. Stop turning. Perfect right turn. See that? Wingtip is down, wingtip is up over here. And you're making a perfect turn. This is so easy. It is absolutely incredibly easy to do if you don't know which one. Because of the music, you would crash the plane. Okay, let's straighten up. Straight, let's go straight. Turn it back to the left. Slow and easy. Slow and easy. Don't let that nose rise. Don't let that nose rise. Don't let that nose rise. Get it down. Get it down. Get it down. There you go. Straighten it out. Come on. Perfect. 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 Yes. Okay. Perfect. Good deal. Now you got it. That was a perfect turn right there. Okay, let's go to the right again. Let's go to the right again. Turn right. Don't let the nose go up yet. Come on, turn right, turn right. Okay, so stop turning. Stop turning. Let it flow. Let it go. Let it go. Let it turn. See, you are turning. Don't seem like it, but for the nose, but you are turning. Believe me. As you look at that, you are turning right. Okay, keep turning. Keep turning, keep turning. We're gonna go out, then we're gonna go that way, we're gonna go back down that way, then we're gonna try landing. Show you how easy that is. It's not hard. Okay, start turning left. Start turning left. Don't let that nose rise. Perfect. Perfect. Sit straight. There you go. Just keep flying that way. that's straight across there. Okay, now you see how even that is across there? Now you are applying straight and level. Okay? We're going to pipe down the throttle a little bit. We're going to start trying to lose some altitude. Figure out where we are right quick. Drifting to the right again. To the left. To the left.
Height 3,000 feet.
Okay, we're going to start coming down. This time, while we're coming down, I don't want you to pick the nose up. We want to go down. Okay? Alright, go back to the right. Keep drifting to the left. Stop you from drifting to the left. Alright, come on, right. Watch that line. Keep it straight. There we go. Okay. I want you to trim down. Push up. Push up once. Okay, let it stay right there. Now we start to lose altitude. Push down again. No. Forward. Forward. Push again. Start going down. One more time. Okay, there we go. I'm going to keep an eye on our gauge there. So try to rise up on it, push it down again, trim it down again. Trim it down. Start turning left. Start turning left. That's it. Okay. Stop turning. Stop turning right there. Okay, just a little bit, you're probably going to see the airport to your left, okay? And here again, we want to get the middle of that runway right down the center of the spot, okay? Okay, turn a little bit more left, a little bit more left. Don't pull up, just
Height
turn left.
2,000 feet.
Just keep turning. Keep turning. Stop right there. Keep your hands on the yacht, girl. Just pretend your auntie over here. Or your grandma. Okay, typically, what we would do, turn right a little bit. Let's see if we can see the runway. Turn right, come on. Come on, you gotta turn, you gotta turn. Alright, let's see. Keep flying straight. There's our runway right there, okay? See it right there? It's 260. Now, what we're gonna start doing is, okay, trim down. Try to climb. Trim down. Okay, in just a few minutes, when this gets about right there, we'll start turning left.
Height
Towards the
1,000
runway,
feet.
okay? Okay, alright. We need to go up a little bit. Just let it go. Okay, start turning left.
Height
Just a
800
little
feet.
bit. Altitude, big time. Okay, ease back just a little bit. Ease back on the yoke just a little bit. Okay, start going. Turn back to the right. Okay, turn right. Turn right. Right. Come on. Right. There's runway right there. Go back to the right. Come on. You gotta go.
Height 600 feet.
We're losing altitude like crazy. Drop a notch of flaps. Okay, when I do this, those airplanes gonna want to shoot up, so you got to push down a little bit, okay? Alright, push down. Okay, turn left. Okay, turn left, start turning left. Easy, easy, easy. Don't get carried away. Stop, stop turning, stop turning, stop turning. Get straight. Go right. Straighten out, go right. Okay, come on. Go right. Okay. All right. Go left. Straighten out. Okay, what you're gonna try to do now is you're gonna get it right down the middle. Turn left to right, get it right down the middle, okay? Pull up. Turn.
High 300 feet.
Okay. Turn back.
High 200 feet.
Okay.
You've been cleared for landing.
Okay. Don't let it sink.
High 100 feet.
Don't let it sink. You're just gonna land one notch flex, okay? Kill your
High
throttle.
50 feet.
Ease back.
High 25 feet.
Let it flow. No, not too much. Let it flow.
High 10 feet.
There you go. Get down. Don't pull back. Okay, get rudder. Beat. Left. Back to runway.
Okay, you guys gonna take off again?
Yeah.
Give her a little bit of the keyboard. The keyboard, the arrow key. Raise up the nose a little bit, the bottom one. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay. Same thing. Hit the throttle. Bring it all the way up. Use your feet. Keep your hand here, but use your feet to steer the airplane. When you get to 60 knots over here, you want to ease back. You don't want to do this. You just want to ease back real. You just want to get the nose of the airplane where this is right up there. Right over the top of those trees. Okay, you ready? All right, let's go. Yeah, full throttle, baby girl. Right rudder. Ease it in there. Just keep easing it in there. Keep going to the right. Don't panic. Okay.
Caution. Low
Yeah,
taxi.
60 knots.
Low taxi.
Go ahead, ease back. Hey, there you go. Perfect. Stop pulling. Push forward just a little bit.
High
That was a
100
perfect
feet.
takeoff right there. Not too much. Once you pull, push, don't hold it.
High
Push it,
200
get it
feet.
in the direction you want to go, and then stop pulling. I'll stop pushing. Okay? That's perfect right there. That's what you want to do. See how fast you're climbing? You're climbing 500 feet a minute. So you don't need to go no faster up than that. Go to the right a little bit. You keep going. There you go. Keep that nose right there.
High 500 feet.
Perfect. You see how that jerky don't do you any good?
High
It's
600
smooth.
feet.
So you got time to correct everything that's going on. But if you start doing this, all you do is create more problems for yourself. Okay, make sure you watch it. Drifting to the right,
High
to the left.
800 feet.
There you go. You gotta constantly be on that yoke. Control it. There you go. That's how you do it. Just like that. Constantly stay on it. Okay. There you go. Good
High
job.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the left. Smooth turn to the left like before. Stop turning. Okay, go back. Stop turning. Don't turn. Go back to the right. Pull your nose up. Up with the nose. Right there. Push it down a little bit. Down. Okay, not too much. Come on back to the right. To the right. Okay, stop. Right there. Push down a little bit. Don't let
Speed
that
for
nose come
left
up.
too high.
You're going way too, look at your wing. Way over too much. Okay, come back to the right. Stop, push down and stop.
Maximum cruise speed reached.
Okay. Okay, you see where that wing is now? Bring it to the right, a little bit more. Keep that nose down. Okay. Right there. See where you are right there? That's how I want you to do, just like that. That's a perfect turn right there. Okay, let's go straight. You'll find the runway, we're gonna do this again. Turn these daggone lights. Watch your altitude. So you're going down. Remember what I told you about that nose on the horizon? Just keep it right in there. There you go. Okay, let's do a turn to the right. See if we can find the airport again. Stop turning. Stop turning. Perfect. 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 Perfect turn. See, nose is dropping. Watch your nose. Watch your nose. That tells when you're dropping. Look down every once in a while. Make sure you're not turn anymore to the right. To the right. Don't turn anymore to the right. Go to the left a little bit. Okay. See, now we can start to see runway. Okay, straight. Let's go straight. Let's go straight. Okay. Let's go to the right again. Turn right again. Okay. Keep going right. 500 GPS. Okay. Go straight.
What's our ETA on landing?
About 3-5 minutes. Something to get you runway. Okay. Go straight.
Is that it to the right? It's on the left?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it. Okay, go straight, just like you are. Okay. Now, I'll lose two little bit anyway.
Try and get these other two on there so I can actually
Okay.
get on.
All right, start turning to the right. Start turning to the right. Start turning to the right. Don't pull up because we want to lose altitude. Pull back just a little bit to keep it from falling too fast, okay? All right, you ready for a notch your flaps? Put a notch your flaps in there. Make sure when you put your flaps in there, you push down because it's going to load up on you. Okay, push down, push down, push down.
Speed for flaps
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
You know she's lying?
Huh?
She's lying about the speed for flaps.
I know.
I didn't know
Okay,
that.
you see, okay, you tilt the wing too much. Thank you, there you go. All right, all right. Okay, go back to your left. Back to your left, back to your left, back to your left. Okay. Stop turning, stop turning, stop turning. Go back to the right, stop turning. Okay, there's our runway right there. See it? Right there. Okay, that's where we want to go. We want to get the airplane in the middle of it. Get the nose down. A little bit. Get your plane to the left. You got to go to the left. Okay, straighten out. Go straight, go straight, go straight, go straight, go straight. Go straight. No. Okay. All right, stay just like you are. Okay?
You want me
Just a little bit.
You want me to darken that thing?
Huh?
Is it okay? You want me to darken that
Yeah,
thing the way
yeah.
it is? Hit the K button.
Height
Okay.
1,000 feet.
Hold it. Fill it down. There you go. The sun go down.
Yep. Okay, you see the runway? You gotta get in the middle of those lights, so you gotta go left. Just like that, just like that, just like that. Just like that. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, now go straight, go straight, go straight, 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 straight.
Height 800 feet.
There you go. Okay, don't let it come up too much. Okay, keep it right there. Now take a right turn, and you want to get that center of that runway, right down the center there.
We're going to have you go next on the simulator since you was having, let him go next. Now that you're fresh, come on over here, your sister's fixing to land. Since you was having
200
issues,
feet.
Okay, drop another notch.
you got it?
Okay, I just go balloon on you, down. down. Okay. No, come on up. Don't let it get out of control. Okay.
Height 400 feet.
And just turn right a little bit. Okay. Go around.
That's good.
Okay.
Height 300 feet.
Ease back a little bit.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
Shut up.
Height 200 feet.
200 feet. Okay. Dude, piano keys are gone. The key the throttle. Don't watch me. Watch the airplane. Okay, go on back. Okay, no, not too hard. Not too hard. Not too hard.
Height 50 feet.
See that stall warning?
Height 10 feet.
Wow. You got luck. That was good landing.
Yeah, it's good landing.
For that stall too.
That stall. Okay, left
Okay.
pedal. Left pedal. Back in the middle of the runway. Right pedal. Right. Start your right pedal. There you go.
All right. Next.
All right.
Let this young man get in there. You got this camera behind you, Bill.
Yep. I'm gonna get out so I can let her get out.
Can you imagine if this thing was stock? There's no way. I built it wider because I'm like, forget all that stock crap.
I have a hard time getting out of it. You did a good job. Okay, maybe you can talk to your cousin. Get them to stop doing this. All right, Mr. Jerkit. We ain't doing no jerking today, all right? All right. All the jerking is over. All right, you ready? Get your chair. Get your chair together. Got your brakes. Okay, get your feet, get your heels down. Please hit your brakes. Forward, forward. Both toes. Brakes, right? Okay, let them back. Slide both feet straight down till your heels touch. Okay, now slide in and out. Okay, got it? Remember what we done yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the brakes. Are you close enough? Comfortable? You ready? Oh, shoot.
Got it?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it on pause.
Oh, do it?
Yeah, you got it too. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go to the air. Throttle. Need some gas, sir.
Remember, all pedals, no
All gas. Come on. What are you doing? Come on, let's go.
no yoke until you get in the air, man. Don't even put your hands on.
Right pedal. Easy right pedal. Easy right pedal. Stop. 60 knots. Watch your airspeed over that 60 knots. Ease back. Pull back slow. There you go. Right, just like that. Stop. Don't keep pulling.
Height 50 feet.
If you keep pulling, you're gonna keep going up, okay?
Don't forget he's got his flaps up.
Yeah.
Height 100 feet.
Alright, you got it. Go back a little bit. There you go. Stop pulling.
Height 200 feet.
Push down just a little bit, come down just a little bit.
Height 300
Stop. Don't let go. Keep your hands on it, but okay, keep your hands on it. Okay. See when you want to pull up, just do it like that. See how it says going up? Push down. Push it down. And when you want it to stop, just stop it. But if you keep, look, okay, let's do this. If you go up and you keep doing this, watch this. Oh, you hold it back there, see, it's gonna keep going until you stop. When you do that, it's gonna stop. Okay? What I want you to do, ease it, because you got plenty of time. If it start going down now, all you gotta do is just ease it back in there, just like that, okay? Just ease it. See how much we moving that? Not much at all. We'll get
Height
a response,
1,000
okay?
feet.
Alright, keep this right here down with this right here. So I want you to push it down till it gets even with that. Okay. Pull it back up. Don't push it down too fast. See, if you go too fast, you're gonna overshoot. Pull it back up. Okay. Now stop it. Yeah. Don't look at it, just push it and feel it. Go back to your left a little bit. Back to the left. Not much. Okay, same thing, left and right turns, okay? You do a left turn, it's easy. Look how easy it is. Look at this. See how easy it is? Just ease it over. Go back a little bit, and stop it right there. That's a perfect turn. Now ease it back to the right. Come on. Don't let the nose fall. Come on back to the right. There you go, stop it. There you go. You get straight, stop it. Don't let it do what it wants to do. You control the airplane.
Like
Okay?
you want to stop the gas or easy?
Easy. Okay, say we turn it to the right. Watch me. Let go. Okay, I'm turning to the right. Okay? I got that turn. I'm holding it right there. That's why I want the airplane to stop. If I want to turn it back, I turn it back this way, hold it. When I want it to stop, I put it back in the middle. If I want to go left, and I want it to turn, pick my nose up a little bit. See, it'll do anything I want it to do. See that? You tell it what to do. It's going to do what you tell it to do. Okay? So if I pull it right there and I stop, and if I pull it over here and I stop, I pull it back over here and I stop. If I pull it over here, and if I pull it way over here and I stop, okay? You control the airplane, but it doesn't take much to do it. See, like I'm down here, I'm going down. I just ease back until it starts moving like that, just a little bit. And then when it gets right there, I stop it. Okay? You don't have to do that, but you just kind of ease it back in and stop.
High
Real
2,000
slow.
feet.
Real slow. Okay? Got it? Alright, we're gonna try some turns. Let's go left. No, go right, Just keep that straight. I want that horizon right there, even with that. Right there. Okay. Alright, keep it right there. Alright, we're gonna go left, turn left, and as you turn, the airplane turns, stop turning. Now pull back just a tad, tiny bit, a little bit, easy back, just a little bit. Back, turn it. Just ease back, just a little bit. Back, no. Okay. That's a perfect turn right there. See how your wing is? You got room to see out there? Okay, now turn back to the right. Turn back to the right. Stop. There you go. Better than yesterday. Get that nose down. You like your cousin to the right. You see that right there? Turn back to the right a little bit. That's what you want. You want straight just like that, okay? But it's above that line, so it's going, the airplane's going down. Okay? Stop it right there. Stop it. Okay. Also, you use a trim, okay? Just hold on to what you got, okay? If I hit that trim, you see it going down. If I hit it up, it's going down. If I want to stop that, what I do is I keep pumping that trim until it starts to go up, okay? Once it starts to go up, right? Once it starts to go up, it's going up above where I want to hit it one time. Let the yoke go. Let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. Yeah. See, the airplane flies itself. Trim it. Okay? Like on the yoke, let's go right. Take a right turn. Turn, not too fast. Stop. Pull up just a little bit. Ease it up. Ease it up. Stop. Stop pulling. Stop pulling. Stop pulling. Perfect turn. You own the money today, my man. You own the money. What you think, mama? You like it?
Mom is oh.
No, your mom's not here. She's not here. Okay, so go straight. Back to the left. Good turn. Good turn. Okay. Use that trim. Now, not that many times. If you do it that many times, it's going to go way down. Now you got to pump it back up. Pump it one time. Come on, one more time. Until it starts moving. Now, if it looks like it's going to move up above that, now pump it down. Down. Okay. All right. See how that comes? Stop right there. Perfect. Okay. What we're going to do, my friend, is we are going to figure out where we are. We're going to turn left. Okay, go left. Easy, easy, and up a little bit. Easy, up, and stop. Right there. not too fast. Don't do it too fast. Just like that. That's the speed I want you to turn at, okay? Make sure you keep that nose down. Okay, I want you to keep flying straight to the left a little bit more. Left just a little bit more. Alright, fly straight. Fly straight. Fly straight. Okay. Keep it level. Keep it level. There you go. There you go. Much better today. Okay, go left. Go left for me. Put your head right on the runway. Watch the outside. Don't watch it. Okay, turn right. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight. There you go. All right.
High 3,000 feet.
Okay, don't go too high.
Trying to be better.
Oh, I hate this thing. Oh, I can't stand this. Don't work with the mouse. Okay, if you start going down, trim it up. To your right a little bit. Everybody's going left. I don't know why. Let's keep straight. There's the airport right there. See, there's your runway. That's runway 26, and we're going to turn on the right on the 26, okay? Alright, let's give me some more altitude right now. Alright, let's start turning right a little bit. Right. The nose falls. Don't try to pull it up. Let it fall. Back to the left. Back to the left. That's too far. That's too far. That's too far. Stop. Right there.
High 3,000 feet.
Let that nose fall. Don't pull it up. Don't pull the nose up. Don't pull the nose up. I want it to fall. Okay. Go straight.
High 3,000 feet.
No. Yeah, we want to get down. We get 3,000 feet. We're going to land in a second. There's the airport over there. Straighten up. Go straight. Straight. There you go. A bit more left. Good there. Right there. Hold it right there. So there's the airport. And there's the airport.
My wings up.
There your flaps up. This is your flap button. Okay, you put it down for 1 notch, up to go up. Okay. Matter of fact, there's the airport right there. I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. Here's what we're gonna do.
Well, it seems Quadrant now.
So you go left. Don't let it fall. Alright. Turn left. Pull your nose up just a little bit. Turn left. Not too much. Okay, keep going left.
High 2,000 feet.
Okay, pull your nose up. What we're doing is we're doing what's called we kind of extending out what's called a downwind. Downwind, we told you downwind, we're extending it because we're too close to the runway. There's a runway right there, but it never made it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out, come back around, and come back in. Okay. Watch your altitude. Okay, now don't push it like that. It's too much. Trim. Okay.
What's your ETA on arrival?
We just turn, we're gonna turn left, we're going
Brendan's gonna be after,
Okay, go left, go left. Okay, stop turning, stop. No, jerk, don't jerk. You were doing good, man, and now you wanna jerk on me.
Just felt like I was about to.
Well, you ain't going nowhere. I tell you what, if I start screaming, then you need to scream. Let's go left. No, stop doing it. Ease it over. A little bit more left. Easy. There you go. Stop turning. Pull up a little bit. Right there. Stop. Don't jerk. Alright, so we're coming around on the runway. There's the front of your plane with the arrow. You're going to start straightening up in a minute. Okay?
Height 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. Okay. Go ahead and put down a notch of flaps. Put it down. Nose is going to balloon, so you gotta, okay. Right to right. You gotta push that nose down, it's going to balloon. Anytime you drop flaps, your nose is going to rise. So as soon as you drop the flaps, you push down a little bit. Okay, go back, there's your runway over there. Go back.
Do I have to keep my finger on this?
No. Just let it go. Man, you done dropped a whole bunch of flaps. Good Lord. Boy. Jesus. Okay. When you drop it too fast, go back like this. Head this way. Okay, keep it right there. Just stay right
Height
where you are.
600 feet.
Okay, trim up a little bit. You're losing altitude. You're gonna crash before you get there.
Height 500 feet.
Okay, don't let it get above the horizon. Push it down so you see no.
I pulled my finger.
Yeah. Don't go back to the right. You don't want to go that way. Head this way. Don't bring that nose up. Don't bring that nose up that high. Bring it down. Go, no, don't quit going left. Everybody wants to go left. I don't know why. All right. Okay, keep it right there. Don't let it drop. Quit going to the left. We don't want to go to the left yet. Okay? We want to stay right there. Okay? That's where we want to stay. Right there, dog. Don't let it drift to the left. If you see it drifting to the left, take it to the right. Okay? See it's drifting to the left. It wants to drift to the left. Okay. Now you want to start easing to the left. Okay, get it down. Easing to the left. Okay, stay right there.
Caution, taxiway.
Okay. The closer it gets to the ground,
Height 200 feet.
easy. Okay. Don't pull up. It's too high to pull up. You want to go down. You want to go up. Okay. Hold it right there. And start pulling back. Go back. Easy. No, not too much.
Height 25 feet. Height 10 feet.
All right, you set it down. Well, see what? Here, look, y'all look at me. When you start getting close to the runway, you panic and you do this. All you gotta do is just ease back and just. What you want to see out of the front of that nose when it's coming down, when it's down like this, you want to see that nose come up just like this, just real slow. The only thing you're trying to do is get that front wheel off the ground and up in the air a little bit so the back wheels will touch first. You want me to show you what it's like real quick? How to do it real quick? Come on. I'm just gonna go out here and hit a runway. I'm not going to
I only jerked once.
Oh, you jerking? I know what it is.
get what's the other boy in here.
I'm gonna show them what the landing looks like real quick and then we'll
Okay.
get into it.
All right, Brendan.
Height
No
25
more.
feet.
We got homes out here.
Height 50 feet.
Relax real quick.
We got a lot of time.
Huh?
We don't have a lot of time.
Okay, just real quick.
It's that. It's already 2:56 and some of the parents are here.
Is a red car
Was
out
it
there?
256 already?
Yeah, that's what I say. We want to get Brendan in there.
Okay.
Height
Is there a red car out
200
I don't know. I didn't look. There's some cars out there.
Oh. No, my grandma's coming.
Yeah.
Height 400 feet.
It's gonna be sloppy, guys, but I'm gonna put it in here if I can.
Height 300 feet. Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway. Height 200 feet.
You start getting down here. The thing is, when y'all get close to the runway, you
Height
start
100
freaking
feet.
out, okay? All you gotta do is just
Height 50
see how my
feet.
nose is coming up real easy.
Height 25 feet landing.
All you gotta do is just hold it right
Height 10
there.
feet.
Hold it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Raising up. What's your, power? Oh, gosh, you got power. Yeah, power. Are you landing or taking off? Okay. Well, let's go around. Go around. All right. You got that? Down this hair, this stuff right there. It's just deep. We got some power leads, some altitude. Okay, where's the runway? To the left? Okay, let's start left turn, turn around 180 degrees, head north. All right, let's turn around to the side. Come on around. A little more back. So that thing right there, stay, come on around. You're on the left down. You using runway 36. Go straight on, oh, there's the door there. Okay, is that where you want to land? Okay, get some of that power back. Bring that setting right there, 15. No back. Okay, now, watch your airspeed.
Coming in. All right. What heading you on?
Okay, let's go.
I didn't know that.
Okay, we got it, landed. You get too low, you're too low. In on the power, you're ready to pull all power off. That moves up. Good, good, good. All right. Ease the power back a little bit. Now you put flaps. Yeah. And all power off. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
5,000 feet.
You know how to hit the brake? All right, be ready. Be ready on the brake.
You see the runway? In the middle of those lights, you gotta go left. Just like that, just like that, just like that.
Set down. Brake. Hard brake. That boy. Hot stuff. Hey, that's cool, man. Ain't good.
Right turn. Center that runway. Right down the center there. We're running to the left. You need to bring it back to the right.
So unpause it.
Positive.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I was saying unpause it.
How do we?
So just apply what you did out there, man. Go ahead, Brendan, take off. Gas. Just apply what you did out there and here.
You gotta notch your flaps, dude. So
Talking this thing.
perfect. Take off. Perfect. Get that nose down. Not that much. No, too much. There you go.
Height 100 feet.
All right, do your thing. You know how to do it.
Height 300 feet.
Okay. Get my big head out the way. See the runway? Oh, you just took off. My bus.
Height 1,000 feet.
Okay, you out there ways. You can start your turn. Yeah, there you go. Remember, you got the 750, so you can see where you're at. You know what I mean? I was wondering when you're.
Forgot about this.
That's why I said you got the 750. You can see exactly where you're at. Yeah, right there. Yep. I'm good, man. So which do you like, which do you like? Which do you like best, Brendan? The simulator or VR?
I like this one.
Yeah, me too. You can actually touch things. Ooh, we're kind of high, ain't we? Yeah. But you got plenty of time to drop that altitude.
Warning. Maximum cruise speed reached. Warning. Maximum cruise speed reached.
You're kind of far out from that runway. There you go, sweet.
Height 2,000 feet.
Yeah, you don't have to wait till you get to 80 knots on the flaps. That lady's lying to you. So. I gotta take her off of there. That's just a little file in there. Just gotta delete it. Yeah. On the flaps and the airspeed.
The white arc on the airspeed indicator, the top of the white arc
Warning.
is
Speed for flaps too high.
where you can start adding flaps.
Okay.
Top and the bottom of the yellow and the top of the yellow is the caution area, and the red line on the airspeed indicator is wings will call on.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew about the airspeed. I just wasn't familiar with the flaps. I didn't know that was, yeah.
Flap indicator's got them.
Cool.
I don't know where it is on that thing.
Yeah.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't actually, I could have implemented the actual flap lever. It would just did more work. But I just, you know. I got one at my house, but here.
Yeah, RPM gauge too.
Yeah. I was kind of in a hurry with this one.
Yeah.
I should have.
Well, you may have an RPM gauge over there somewhere. I don't know. And that's 750.
Oh, yeah, right. There's also one on the 1000 as well, too.
Should be.
Yeah. I think
I don't see it.
I can make
It'll be
it
in there
come.
somewhere.
Yeah, I can make it come up. I can't remember.
Well, you put it on the MFD. It's on the MFD.
It's on here, too. Had it come up. I wonder why he's flying. I pulled it up last week or so. I touched it, and it came up on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come up over there.
And I do have an MFD. I have another
Yeah. You
iPod.
can switch that to MFD on the switch panel. If you
Height 1,000 feet.
Yeah, that's what I did last week. I can't remember where I hit, but I hit something and it came up. The RPMs. But I do have a separate iPad that has the.
yeah.
But there's just didn't really need it. There's no room. The only reason I really got this in here because the autopilot works a lot better off of here than it does on that center console.
Let's introduce some turbulence.
Side 800 feet. Approaching 3-5.
Captain, I have a passenger trying to open the door. What do we do?
Knock them out.
Let him open it, throw him out. A little turbulence here. Come on, atta boy, stay with it.
Let it throw him out. Oh boy.
Too high, too high.
Yeah, don't listen to it.
Height 600 feet. Height 500 feet.
That's about right too. Yep.
Height 400 feet.
I don't know where. I had a buddy that worked for me there.
Height 300 feet.
You're me when I fly, man. I fly with that trim, man. I do the exact same thing. Makes it easier.
Height 200 feet. Height 100 feet.
Give some gas so you don't fall.
Height
Give some
50
gas.
feet. Height 10 feet.
There you go, there you go. There you go. If you didn't give any gas, you're just like, bam! Good, man. Good one.
What's even more realistic
Mhm.
is how, what makes it even more realistic is how the sound is so loud, it makes the thing shake.
Does it really? You can feel it?
Like,
I never noticed that. Oh, I built this thing. Cool. Do you like this better or the glasses?
I like that better.
Yeah, me too. Glasses are cool. It looks more real, but this.
But the glasses are a little too real.
Mhm.
Because I wanted to see what it felt like getting pushed. Because I stuck my head on the wheel, so she pushed me, and it actually feels like you're falling out.
Does it really? I like this better because you can touch it. Yeah. You touch the instruments. You can look. That thing is like you can only see what you're facing. This way you can see everything. Go up again, man. One more time.
Is he doing a touch and go?
Mm-hmm.
1,000 feet remaining. 3,000 remaining.
Don't forget about your flaps.
Height 100 feet.
Yeah, as soon as you put those flaps up, your nose goes down. That's when you have to trim it
Height
a
100
little
feet.
bit.
Height 200 feet. Height 300 feet. Height 500 feet. Height 600 feet. Height 800 feet.
it right this time.
Go ahead. Yeah, just apply what he told you. Just on a different side, that's all. So how'd you do? Is that right?
So all of that is connected. Is the radio connected? Or just
It's real. Yeah. The radio actually, okay, how can I explain this? The radio stack, it works. It's all, everything's tied into that computer over there. Now we can talk to the radio controller via this program I have called Politics. You see, you can talk and the person will respond to you.
Maximum cruise
We'll do
speed
that
reached.
tomorrow. There's a mic right there.
Maximum cruise speed reached.
Be on the ground and you can tower is a 7172 requesting the original taxi runway, and she'll answer back and tell you give you instructions on where to go. So I built this pretty realistic.
It looks really similar to
Those are really? Wow.
When we got here early on yesterday, I thought those were like the dials and stuff. I thought those were just there to be
Height 1,000
I
feet.
didn't know they actually worked.
Yeah, I built it, realistically. You know where they're at, right? Where are they at?
Oh,
The gauges.
the TV is in there.
Yeah, it's running off of a laptop over there.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's simple. I could put real gauges in there, but it'll cost me real more money. That way, it only costs me $20 compared to 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000, about $2,400 for real gauges. Yeah, $2,400, $24. And this is what most people use. When they build simulators, they put a screen with the flat laptop, you run a cable from there to here. Yeah, all the stuff runs off of the computer. So this one is cool, but the one in my house blows this one away.
Mom for here. Okay, folks, we'll run. Have a good day. Run.
Warning. Maximum cruise speed reached. Warning. Maximum cruise speed reached. Height 1,000 feet.
It's on his last landing.
Warning. Speed for flaps too high. Warning. Speed for flaps too high.
I gotta have to take that voice off because she's not being real. It's not accurate. The speed for flaps are not too high.
Oh, gotcha. Can't adjust it.
I'm just gonna delete them. It's a file. That's all it is. All this is computerized. I got the computer over there. All this stuff runs through there. Yeah, you doing good, Brandon.
How many did you have today? You had more?
Hmm?
You had the same amount of people today?
Minus one. One kid didn't show up. Yeah. Walker President of the Neighborhood Watch, and this is our building, county building.
Height 800 feet.
I rent the building out on weekends for birthday parties, baby showers, $25 an hour. That's how fun it is. Right now, we got about $3,500 an hour.
Height 600 feet.
This didn't happen overnight. Took me about a couple of years to get all this stuff. It's not easy. The simulator, this is a frame. That's easy to build. The stuff that goes in it is costly, but it wasn't for that much. I made a yoke, $169. We got on
Height
$169.
500 feet.
That iPads, $100. Biggest expense is the computer. That's what runs everything. That's my personal computer that ran my simulator in my house. Since they got 3 top-of-the-line computers, you run a computer per each window. So one in my house is
Height
like
400 feet.
a Cadillac compared to this. Oh yeah. Then I have a VR set up with I have a chair I sit in. It's a motion chair. So when he turns, the chair turns, it bounces, and I got the glasses on, so it feels like I'm in a real airplane. Yeah.
Height 300
I mean,
feet.
this is really, relatively not like it is, but it's not big, you know. No. Man, we're about, I'm not hurting for money. I'm about to retire next year. I own my own home.
Height 200
My
feet.
wife works, he works Chevrolet, I work part-time, I don't have to work. He's retired. It's about giving back, man. That's all it is. I ain't taking no money. Yeah. Los Angeles. Yeah.
Height 100 feet.
And I'm like, my mom's from young days, so I'm not from here now. Been here 30 years.
Height 50
It's all
feet.
about, you're doing good, man. It's all about giving back.
Height
That's all it
25
is.
feet.
You got no money to feed them, and, you know,
Height 10 feet.
it's peanuts. I just wish, we always say, we wish we had this when we were kids, you know. Yeah, I hear you, man. All right, man. Hey, great.
Get better.